Hello everyone, how you doing? This YouTube video is going to be on this awesome, cool enclosure you see here before me. I want to stress before going on to this enclosure that I have here is a prototype, and I'll explain more as I go along. So this is the first prototype to basically a system of enclosures that would allow collectors, hobbyists, and breeders alike to basically organize their teas in a really neat fashion. A lot of how you see reptile collectors have their displays really nice. And for the longest time out there, there has been a lot of really cool enclosures done for reptiles, but you don't see a lot of that done for teas. Well, a friend of mine has recently ventured into wanting to help us out in the hobby and make these enclosures so that tea collectors, hobbyists, and breeders can also have their collections organized really nicely and cool and be able to display them nicely. So this right here is a prototype. I want to stress that a lot, that it is a prototype. This is one that I will be testing, basically testing for temperature, humidity, and how it holds up to all that. And of course, basically the important thing is that the tea is comfortable and healthy in there. So what we've been used to previously has been just, these 5-gallon critter cages. Like I have this GBB female in here, and this girl is going to get bred, so it's going to be a perfect test scenario because it will test not only the species. This is a species that does require a little bit more ventilation, arid environment. So we'll be able to put her in there and see if we have enough ventilation going on while still maintaining proper amount of humidity and temperatures in there. So this is what we've been using. It's either that or sterilite tubs, and we're trying to go to this. Something really nice. And I'll come back more and explain kind of like do a 360 of this enclosure and give you a view of basically how it, not how it works, but basically just a view of the functionality of it and how it's going to improve basically taking care of your teeth in everyday life. So do want to give a shout out to this gentleman, Todd Becker. I'm going to try to step out of the light here and get a view of his card here. Let me see if I can focus in on it. There we go. So this is High Scale Enclosures. The website is www.highscalereptiles.com. Facebook page is High Scale Enclosures. There's Todd Becker and his partner Dan Schell. These guys, if you check them out on the web, and there's the website and all their info. If you check them out on the web, you'll see they make really awesome reptile enclosures. So what you can, if you go in there, you'll see that, the work is amazing. And this, once again, I'll say is strictly just a prototype. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here. I seem to be a little bit out of focus. And I'm going to come back and we're going to do kind of like a 360 in this enclosure, explaining a little bit about material used and functionality. All right, everyone. So what we have here is basically the top lid to this enclosure. The lid has 6 fins on top. They're 1-inch fins. And we're just testing kind of to see if that'll be enough or if it's going to require more ventilation. So this is going to be kind of in a controlled environment. I have another GBB female that is also going to get paired up, and we're going to do a side-by-side. Basically, that female in its 5-gallon tank and this female in this enclosure, both are going to start off with new substrate. Both are going to be paired at the same time, different males, but just kind of see which, how it each one holds up. So the 5-gallon tanks, I know they release a lot of humidity, which is okay for a GBB, but even for a GBB, since they do web a lot, you can see that It is very, very hard to keep any of the substrate wet, underneath that web. You basically have to try to dump a lot of water in there every now and then. Other things that we do is, either cover the top with plexiglass or use clear packing tape. But this is basically the start to see what's going to work. In the back, I'm sorry, in the sides here, we have three vents, six total, three on each side. And like I said, this is a prototype. We're testing it to see what works best. I'm going to monitor for temps, humidity, all that good stuff that we require. In the front, you have this large window, which is basically like any, aquarium that we use currently, but very, very nice. Large window. The three sides are wood, so it makes the tea feel secure if it's, if it has a height or if it burrows, because it's not constantly, getting bombarded by light if it, burrows all the way down. You'll see a lot of teas do that. They'll burrow down and then they'll end up webbing where the glass is because there's still a lot of light coming in, and them, being nocturnal creatures, don't like that much. So we have the three sides, nice view window here. The measurements of this enclosure are about 16 by, trying to think here, I just measured it. 16 by 11. So basically you're getting like roughly about 32 square inches more than a 5-gallon tank. Going around this side, you'll see the other three vents. These are perfect for airflow. So in order to maintain humidity, you have to have good side cross airflow and, and be able to ventilate upward. So that is one thing that this doesn't do. Basically, all you have is the ventilation upward. So then we'll go over here to this really cool, awesome lid that slides out. We're coming up with ideas to secure this lid, and basically it slides out. It allows you to drop food in there and basically refill water. If you have your water dish just in a corner, you could very easily get one of those sports bottles that has the nozzle and just basically refill it up by pouring water in there. So this window idea is really, really cool because it's very smooth, and then just sliding it back in, you're not disturbing the tea every time you're trying to go in there and feed it or just pull out a food ball or, just refill the water. Along with this, there is other ideas. I'm not going to disclose too much because basically this is all in the works. So a lot of the projects, we want to keep it, as a surprise, I guess, but don't want to disclose too much before talking to Todd about the projects. So we're focusing on this enclosure, and later on I will basically tell you how this is all going to fit into a very, very cool system that's going to make it super easy for you to maintain and keep up with your teas. The top lid, this window, every now and then you do have to go in there and get in there and just clean, maintenance, and do all that good stuff. Well, this lid will pivot upward to where you will be able to just get in there and do what you have to do. The wood is lined and sealed, so basically it will be resistant to water. You can put your substrate in there, you can put water, and nothing will happen to it. So you have this really nice, classy looking enclosure made out of wood. It's going to be fully functional and everything, just like you would your glass enclosure. It's going to look really, really nice. A lot of organization. So moving on, the lid also will be able to come off completely. That is a huge plus because you'll be able to take the lid off completely, and if you really have to get in there and pull everything out or do whatever, you'll be able to do that. As you can see, the vents coming out, these are plastic vents. I know there's been some people, whenever they saw the prototype, there was this worry that teas could shoot through these vents or get out or whatever. I'm going to tell you that's not a likely possibility. Basically, These vents are recessed in, so there is it's very very hard for any if for a tea or any other creature to get in there. Um, however, I did say this is a prototype we're testing, so we got to work all those kinks out if there is any. But so far, I think this enclosure is pretty close to perfection as far as like what tea owners have been wanting. I will be testing it. Basically, aside from testing it for temperature, humidity, and all that other good stuff, also functionality. How easy is it on a day-to-day basis to do everything that I'm saying right now? And I will be doing an update video, and I'll be updating to let you know how easy it is. When you have a lot of teas, time is very valuable because you try to get to all of them as quick as possible and make sure you take care of all of them. So this will help out a lot. That's pretty much it. What I would like, if anybody out there, if we could leave the comment section for anyone out there who has any thoughts on this. Now, with thoughts on it, I mean, let's not go overboard, and try to make it do everything. We want to make this affordable yet very, very functional. However, we still have to work a little bit. But if you have good ideas, thoughts, I'm sure Mr. Becker wouldn't mind seeing them. You can put them in the comments, and we will be looking through them, and all that would be appreciated. So once again, if you haven't checked out his website because you do not have reptiles, check out high-end enclosures or high scale enclosures. Sorry about that. And you will see that they really build some really cool stuff. And if you do have reptiles, then definitely want to check them out because you might find something there for your reptiles. Those are snake enclosures, bearded dragon enclosures, basically anything. They do really cool work, custom work. You can get in touch with them and they will hook you up. All right, everyone. Well, this is just the first of a few videos on these enclosures. I will be doing more. The next one will be when the tea is in there and give you an update on how everything's going. So for now, thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another video soon.